you can't.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, everybody. So, roll call, please.
Chairman Smith,
Here.
Mrs. Black,
Here.
Mr. Connor,
Here.
Mr. Daugherty,
Here.
Mr. Groan,
Here.
Mrs. Haddon,
Here.
Mrs. Jones,
Here.
Mr. Keene,
Here.
Mrs. Schaefer,
Here.
Mr. Slater,
Here.
Ms. Thomas, Superintendent Dr. Robertson.
She's on
She's on here.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Jody Schaefer.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda by pulling item 9A MOU with Centerstone from the agenda.
Second.
So I've got a motion and a second to amend the agenda by pulling item 9A. Is that correct?
Well, for discussion,
That's a motion.
No, it's a motion to,
And it's
I was
been-
asking for clarification.
Yeah,
a motion to amend the agenda by pulling this off the agenda.
okay. And I think I heard a second somewhere, did I not? Okay, now, discussion.
Do you want to go first? We have the RFP on the agenda, so I'm wanting to pull this off until we go through that process.
Say it again, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
The RFP is on the agenda, so I'm making the motion to pull the Centerstone MOU off until we go through the RFP process.
Okay, Mr. Connor?
We are failing kids today. We were failing kids yesterday, and we've been failing.
Excuse me a second, Mr. Connor, for interrupting. Guys, I need you to sit,
Why do
please.
they have to sit?
I need you to sit, please.
Why do they have to sit? They're not doing
The
anything.
chair has asked you to sit, please. Thank you. Okay, excuse me, Mr. Connor.
Is there anything else you want to address before I start?
No, go ahead.
We are failing kids today. We were failing kids yesterday. And we've been failing kids for 2 months. All that I'm asking is that we reinstate something that we have had in place for a decade until we have a chance to put, I'll call it better, a better situation. All I'm asking is to care about kids.
Okay, Ms. Jones?
Well, I just have one question before I even say this. Why do they have to sit down? Like, they weren't saying anything, and you can stand anywhere. So I think I'm just concerned about the why they have to sit down. Because
Ms.
it's like a silent statement, but it's not a statement. So I'm just
Ms.
curious
Jones,
at that.
at the pleasure of the chair, you weren't here in the beginning.
I was at my
asked-
baby's showcase, so let's be
I
clear.
understand.
I wasn't negligent to the public. I was at my child's first grade showcase at Battle Academy that started at
I'll answer
4:30.
your question if you'll let
Go
me.
ahead.
The last meeting, we had a lot of people standing on the walls, so I had requested with security that we had no one standing. And so that's why I asked that you sit, please. At the pleasure of the chair.
But they're not on the walls, though.
Ms. Jones, I've asked everyone to be seated in the room. That's the order of the chair.
And then my other part, go ahead.
No, go on. I just want to get some more clarification for something from Jody, but that's fine. I'll wait till you can.
Okay, and then, I too,
Please be seated.
as I second the motion to put it back on the agenda, feel that in not offering any service, we are neglecting the needs of our students. And for me, this vote or the provision of service for me from a professional ethics standpoint, not to say anything, I'm violating my code of ethics from the National Association of Social Workers, and I am not going to do that for the political pleasure. I have not made it 21 years in my profession to lose any accreditation that I'd have had to pay Uncle Sam back for and my licenses for every year, not to do what I am bound legally and ethically to do as a master's level social worker. So I asked for it to go back, and I will ask every time until a service is provided because it violates my code of ethics.
Ms. Black? Ms. Black?
Beyond our shared code of ethics, I have a question for Dr. Robertson, and then I still have something to say after I get an answer to the question.
Okay.
How long does the RFP process usually take?
It can vary. We put a time frame on this that, with approval of the committee and the release of the RFP, that we fully expect to bring vendors back to you in November.
To vote on to be reinstated
Yes, ma'am.
for like December for a few weeks and then next semester?
No, ma'am. Plan would be to have it for the remainder of this school year with provisions to extend into future years.
Okay. I know enough about IEPs and 504s to know that there are students in Hamilton County who specifically have Centerstone written services written into their IEPs. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Bennett. Are we currently breaking the law by not providing those services until we're able to go through the RFP process?
If we have Centerstone written into any IEPs, that would surprise me because we make it a point not to list specific providers.
Okay.
So, I mean, I understand.
But if the services are listed and we're not providing those services, and the kids aren't getting them because Centerstone was their provider.
They shouldn't be. What I'm saying is, if it's an IEP service, a Hamilton County employee is required to be providing that. There's no set of circumstances where we should be contracting with Centerstone to provide IEP-specific services. I can't sit here and tell you that it's 100% sure. I can tell you we shouldn't be doing that.
I was under the impression that, like, beyond Centerstone, that, like, we have specific, like, physical therapy services, like, because there's a certain amount of hours. Is Evan's here?
So we do outsource certain specific services that are necessary for FAPE, that are designated as related services under the Code of Federal Regulations. But this type of counseling service, now, and I'm looking for Ms. Ergel, and I don't see her, and that was probably by design. But we shouldn't, I can't tell you definitively that in our 7,000 IEPs, there's not some place where we put something in there. I can tell you there shouldn't be. So if you're asking me, and I think you are, am I worried that we're violating 504 or IDEA by not making Centerstone available? I'm not. Now, that's not to say that we wouldn't be making accommodations for someone who might need some kind of counseling. That's a separate issue, but that's not quite what you asked me.
Mr.
Chair,
Jerome?
Mr. Chair, could we move on the previous question, please?
Well, wait, I still got a couple of people have. Jackie, am I hearing you? I'll recognize you. Jackie?
Yes, please. I want a clarification from, I guess, from the attorney. So, just hypothetically, what Jody has recommended is that we remove it from the agenda, meaning we no longer will discuss it, right? Because she suggested that we talk about the RFP procedure. So my question is, if it's removed from the agenda, if it's voted out, and if it goes down party lines, I'm pretty sure that it will be. If it's voted out, once the RFP, if that's even voted for, if that's approved, then we will be able to bring Centerstone back as they apply for the RFP. Is that correct? Are they gonna have to go back through the procedure of applying for the RFP? I understand that we don't want, of course, we don't want children to be without services right now, but I'm just trying to get some clarification and understanding for myself.
So Ms. Thomas, Ms. Schaefer has moved to amend the motion to approve the agenda to take Centerstone off the agenda for this evening. Now, if the board approves the letting out of the RFP for mental health services, then the administration would screen all applicants for qualified applicants and then make a recommendation to the board. At that point in time, we would have a memoranda of understanding with anyone who would be qualified to provide services in our schools. So Centerstone, I think I have read in the press, intends to apply to that list. And if they get through the screening process, then they could be recommended as one of multiple providers.
Mr. Chair, can we move on the previous question, please?
Let me give a couple more opportunities, and then we'll go. Larry Garone?
Mr. Chair, I would like to state that we've had lots and lots of feedback and lots of discussion on this issue, and we've already voted it down twice. To see this coming back again is disappointing. It looks like theatrics, and I'm going to support pulling this at this time.
Okay. Richard King?
Mr. Bennett, I was just curious, so the RFP, the MOU, will that be a blanket MOU that, so 10 different companies apply and qualify, and so those 10 companies fall under the same MOU?
Well, ultimately, it's going to be the pleasure of the board. So the administration is going to screen applicants for qualifications, and we're now getting well down on the agenda. But
Okay.
maybe we can go ahead and deal with this now rather than later. But so the administration is going to screen qualified applicants and make recommendations. Ultimately, it's the pleasure of the board to decide what that structure looks like.
Okay, all right, I just wanted to.
So you could conceivably approve everyone who's qualified to provide services countywide. You could limit it to a handful of people who can serve your entire county. The MOU the RFP envisions that providers put forth what they are able to do, sort of a menu, and then at the end of the day, it's going to be up to the board to decide how it wants to handle this.
And then the parents would have the choice of who on that list they would pick.
Well, again, ultimately, it's up to the board. Conceivably, the board could decide that there's one qualified applicant who can serve the entire county. That would be a legitimate decision. This board could also decide that everyone who has applied and who meets certain threshold criteria is qualified. And so maybe this board decides that there are 10 qualified providers and that parents get to pick from amongst the 10. We don't know yet.
Okay.
That's the purpose of an RFP, is to see what is out there. I think that was one of the things that this board discussed a couple of months ago, is that because you all had not seen proposals, you weren't really sure what the market looked like and what was available.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so the question's been called for. So to be clear, what we're voting on is to pull item 9A, and it's been duly seconded. That's what we're voting on. A yay means we pull it. A nay means it stays on. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Black?
No.
Mr. Connor?
No.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Ms. Jones?
No.
Mr. Keene?
Yes?
Ms. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
No.
Chairman Smith?
Yes,
7-4.
Motion to amend, carried.
the motion carries. Okay, now we go back to our original motion that was duly seconded, which is to
For children as theatrics.
is to approve the agenda, which motion and duly seconded.
John,
So Larry, your light is on. Did you have a question or comment here?
I needed to turn that off, sir.
Okay. Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Black?
No.
Mr. Connor?
No.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
No.
Mr. Keen?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
No.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. Okay. Dr. Dr. Starnes, I understand you took all your kids out to eat and they had a great time.
I did.
Everybody's full.
Oh yeah, they had ribs,
Oh, my goodness.
chicken tenders, so they are fully fed.
Oh, my
So come on. So I have the pleasure of having a little help this evening from some of our 5th grade students. So we have been celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month at Clifton Hills, and so they have also been reading Esperanza Rising in their reading class, and so they have just some connections to make for you all.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Exemplars of excellence. No, you're not finished yet. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Buenas tardes. Good evening. Members of School Board, Dr. Robertson, and guest, my name is Liliana Puck Vasquez, and I am proud to be a 5th grader student at Clifton Hills Elementary.
My name is Axel Perez Garcia. We're honored to represent our school as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month.
And my name is Veronica Rodriguez. We are excited to share with you about Hispanic Heritage Month, where we recognize the many contributions, cultures, and stories of Hispanic and Latino Americans. At Clifton Hills, we celebrate every culture that makes our school special. During Hispanic Heritage Month, we also learned about our authors and leaders who inspired us, including Pam Munoz Ray, the author of Esperanza Rising.
In our reading class, Esperanza Rising reminds us that when we support each other, hope always rises.
In Esperanza Rising, a girl named Esperanza must start over after losing almost everything. She learns the power of family, friendship, and community. We would like to share a short passage that shows how hope can rise again when people care for and lift one other.
Abuelita took Esperanza's hand in hers and said, "We are like the phoenix, rising again with new life ahead of us."
Esperanza felt a warm spread through her chest. Maybe Abuelita was right. Maybe they could begin again stronger together. This story helps us see that even when life changes, we can rise again.
It reminded us that hope grows when we help and believe in each other.
And that community gives us strength, just like Esperanza's family and friends. Hispanic Heritage Month remembers us that Our differences makes us beautiful.
And that, just like Esperanza and Abuelita, we all have the power to rise, to dream, to work hard, and to bring hope to our community.
Todos esperanza. We are all hope.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Dr.
Clifton Hills.
Dr. Starnes, Clifton Hills Elementary, thank you. Exemplars of excellence.
If we could right now, could we have a moment of silence for, we lost a teacher at Harrison Bay Future Ready Center yesterday. And if we could, we're going to have a moment of silence. Her name was Macy Quinn, and she was first year at Harrison Bay. So if we could have a moment of silence. Thank you.
No exemplars of excellence, Dr. Robertson?
Not this month.
Okay. I think we have one board member with a disclaimer.
I declare that I have a relative who works for the school system and that the board's vote on budget, policies, etc. may have an effect on my relative's employment. Even so, I hereby certify that I will cast my vote in the best interest of the school system.
Okay, takes us down to the consent agenda. Need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Have a motion and a second for the consent agenda. No lights. So roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. Takes us down to administrative business matters. Dr. Brown.
Thank you, Chairman Smith. In front of you, I have presented to the board, board policy, job descriptions, updates, and to be in alignment with policy 5.103 and 5.101. This is just following our process of updating the board on, one, a request for new job classes that doesn't exist in our database, but also some updated job descriptions. So I wanted to be very transparent. So what I've provided, I know it's a lot of material, is two things for each job description. One, the current job description that's already been approved by the board, which is a current position. And then I've also included the updated job description that I'm asking the board to approve today. I do want to mention that I'm not asking for any new positions. All these are current positions. There's been updated. Part of this has been with our Evergreen consultant. Every 3 years, job descriptions should be updated and adjusted. It's important to make sure that our employees know exactly what we expect out of them. And so I've given the descriptions for you, asking for approval for these 7 updated job descriptions and job classes.
So I need a
Mr. King,
just a second, Jackie, and I'll come right to you. I need a request. I need a motion to approve requests for new and updated job descriptions.
Motion to approve.
I have a question about
Well,
that.
we're going to discuss. Just a second, Jackie. Let me get it on the floor here. So I got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Now discussion. Now, Miss Jackie, go ahead.
So, I don't have what he's talking about, but I do have some concerns about, and I would really like to be able to see that, because I haven't made it a secret, I have concerns about job type, job descriptions changing, titles changing, what does that look like, the salaries, so I would very much like to leave, and I don't know how to do it because I don't have it here. It wasn't in my packet. What Dr. Brown is talking about, but I very much would like to say that Cause I don't even know what the job descriptions are that's changed and the titles that have changed, so.
Jackie, it's in the link.
Okay, I couldn't pull my link because I couldn't get into my thing earlier, but in the packet that I picked up from the board.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm sorry, yeah, so I don't have what I'm saying, but can you tell me what those jobs, how many was it? 1, 2, or?
Okay, go ahead, Dr. Brown.
Yes, ma'am. Real briefly here, we have a current position that's a budget analyst, and we're changing that and updating that position to a position control analyst. We have one that's a budget specialist. We're changing that to a position control manager. And then we have a information technology generalist that's changing from a help desk technician. We have a purchasing agent assistant that's changing to a procurement specialist. We have just an updated job description for our risk management technician. We have from the school side, and this is given from the state, that we need to update our educational diagnostician job description. And then we also have a new job class, the Title IX coordinator. Currently, we do have a Title IX coordinator, but this is an updated job class. A position is not associated with it, but it's just allowing the board to see a job description. So those are 7 positions. Let me change that. 7 job descriptions, no new positions.
So even though they're not new, would those title changes entitle them to possibly an increase in salary?
That's a great question, ma'am. So all of our job descriptions, our job classes are, when Mary Ellen is doing the budget that was approved for FY26, all of our job classes are in a category, I would say, as a budget salary groups. And so all those are budgeted, and I give you an example. So if a supervisor or manager position, it's going to be budgeted at $77,000. There's no way for me to say exactly what that individual is going to make without looking at their resume. And so that's why I've given you the minimum salary for those jobs. So for example, a position control analyst, that job class, it's going to be budgeted at $75,900, but the minimum salary would be $50,000 from $154,000. Without looking at the resume, the applicant, there's no way for me to tell you exactly what that cost will be. But that position itself, again, is budgeted at $75,900. That's been approved by the budget, our FY26 budget.
That's right.
So that's the max. Okay. Ms. Hayden?
Yeah. I don't know if this is the right time, but I know we had requested a list of all of the positions, and it would, I'd like to see what level each of those positions are in.
Yes. Well, I believe that's been provided, the list of all the positions, a few weeks ago. But I would say that.
Do you mean the September 9th document that has, but that's, yeah, that's all central office, so it would, we'd like job descriptions, I guess, for all of those.
Yes, ma'am. And so and I'll be glad to see in the link. So for example, if you look at these jobs, if you look at our org chart, currently you're going to see budget analysts, and what I'm asking is for that job to become a position control analyst. So if you go to our database, you're not going to see position control analyst because I'm awaiting your approval, and then that would change from budget analyst to position control analyst. But
and I don't see any problem with the recommendations you've made to change any of those.
Yes,
But,
ma'am.
So are you asking for updated?
well, yeah, and I mean, I don't know.
I was gonna say I got one.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. Well,
All right, so the motion's on the floor to approve this request and been duly seconded. So a yes is we approve, a no is we don't approve. So roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Daugherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Keen?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
No.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. So the motion carries. PECA Special Questions Committee.
yes, sir. What you have in front of you is, I believe Ms. O'Markell stated earlier that we are in our last year for our MOU. That's our collaborative conferencing with HCEA. And so by the state regulation, we have to have an organization, if they have 15% of the voting members to request a vote, and that vote will allow us to determine whether or not we get over the 50% majority to go into collaborative conferencing. So this is just following the state guidelines, recognizing that they have met that threshold, and so now we'll ask for you to approve the members, 4 from the HCS and then 4 from HCA.
Okay, I need a motion to approve PECA Special Questions Committee. Need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. Any questions, comments? Ben, your light's on. Ben Daugherty?
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Dr. Brown, just explain to me, rest of the board, members of the public, what's the next step after this is approved?
Yes, sir. So the next step, we'll convene, if those committee members are approved, we'll convene together and we'll go through the process. First, those questions are we don't make up the question. They're given to us by the state. So we'll decide exactly who's going to give the vote, how we're going to go about making sure that all of our staff members receive the opportunity to vote in the poll, and that typically happens after January the 1st. And then at that point, we'll get the data, and if the vote is a majority, 51%, and then by state law, then we'll have to go into a collaborative conferencing. If not, then the board can decide whether or not we want to conference or not.
Is this a 4-year, 2-year, 3-year?
That's a great question.
3 year.
I think it's 3 years, yes.
It's
Thank
3
you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Brown.
Yes, sir.
Quick correction, the summer markout is December 1st, not January 1st. So
Yeah.
we started a week earlier.
December 1st to make sure this vote occurs, Ms. Markell. January the 1st for the vote.
Okay.
Got some dissension already.
Say again? No, we need the board, we need to have this in place by December the 1st. But again, we're trying to make sure we have ample time to be in compliance.
Okay. Motion to approve has been made and seconded. A yes means we approve, and a no means you do not. So roll call, please.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Daugherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes.
Motion carries.
I need a motion to approve the Brainerd Delwood Architect contract.
Motion to approve.
You got a motion?
Second.
Got a motion to approve and second. And I got a light, Ms. Jones.
I was trying to move to approve for the last
I
build I was
pull my
gonna do.
motion to
It's
approve
okay.
back.
We good. We good. We can flex it. It's okay. But I do have a question. Looking at the renovations, because this is the first time I've seen this final draft when we got this time.
This is a draft of the contract, so the
Right.
rendering is conceptual. This
So
is
that
not-
might not be the case. Okay, because that was my question. I saw on the shared spaces, we talked about all the athletic spaces, the cafeteria, the gym, those things. But I had a question about the football field and track, the baseball field. I know they're already there, but have they discussed any work being done to update those spaces? Because I know the baseball field and then, of course, the track.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
that's all. Okay.
Okay.
And I think the baseball field already got their light, they haven't put them up yet, but they've got their lights.
We've got
Is
some
that
money
correct?
set aside that, depending on where it ends up, there might have to be some movement.
Okay.
Okay, no more lights, roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Daugherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Absolutely, yes. Well needed for a long time.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Of course, yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Any idea when that work begins?
No, sir. I mean, it's a process. I wouldn't put a date on it. I mean, we want them to move quickly, but we also want them to do it well. But, I mean, the design process is. Yeah, so, I mean, your probably design process, average 6 months or so, moving dirt, hopefully this summer.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the RFP Review Committee.
So move.
Got a motion, need a second?
Second.
Been seconded, discussion?
Yes, I have a question. I see on there the top leadership administrators that are there, that's on that particular committee. I would like to ask the question, if possibly, I don't know if it can occur or not, one of our student board members can, be on that committee, have a voice for a student, as well as learn the new process the student learns. I know you got student belong or learn or whatever you have checked on there, but it also could be every student learns. So I was just wanting to ask that question, Dr. Brown, if that's a possibility that they could sit. I know they may not have a voice, but it could be a very good learning process for them, as far as how things work.
I think that's an excellent suggestion, Dr. Brown.
We absolutely can. Just to be clear, we're bringing this, technically it doesn't have to be approved by the board, but we're just trying to make sure everybody is aware where we are in the process. Because this is a quick turnaround, we put 7 people on the committee, tried to take it from multiple different departments, but if it's the will of the board to put, one or both of our student board members, we can absolutely do that.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Ben Daughtry?
Thank you, Chairman. As a suggestion, I think it would be nice to also see some administrators involved as well. Lindsay Hagan, principal of Red Bank Elementary, great candidate. Obviously, they were involved with that as well. Just a thought.
We can. Again, just the short turnaround. The reason we didn't include a principal or a teacher is just trying to pull them out. But if we want to go that, I would say if we're going 2 students, if we did a principal and a teacher, let's keep it at 2, so that's 11, because you're gonna have to review and come to a conclusion. But this is the opportunity for the board to say, if you want to add two students, want to add a teacher and a principal, this is the moment to do it.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Jones?
How would you select the principal and the teacher? Because, we all could have a principal and a teacher that we want to go on there. You can't put 22.
We could do it, ask HCPA to do it, to select one. I'm not, Ms. Hagan has been an advocate in this and, is a good principal that would be a really positive add to the committee. We're open to suggestions, though. We just take Ms. Hagan, put her down, and then find a teacher.
I don't want her.
Or she's the principal at Red Bank Elementary. Has been
Yeah, I
there
don't
for
know
about
her.
5 years.
I don't know her.
So other best option I would recommend to the board, if
I'm
we weren't
nothing
just
against
gonna
it, but I
take
just don't.
that, is to go to HCPA, Principal Association, and ask them to
Nominate
submit
someone.
a representative.
Okay. But we want to be able to approve this committee tonight so we can move forward, right?
We can.
Right, you don't have to.
What I would
Can
ask
we
is
just
that,
leave
Go ahead, Ms. Jackie.
the principals off and just get the student voice, because they're right there tonight.
Okay.
I assume they're there. I can't see them, but I'm just
They're
assuming.
here.
You-
Both
you-
of them are
We
here.
could
you
approve the
could,
position without knowing.
approve the HCPA representative
There you go.
tonight, and you
Okay.
could have even approved, like, Ms. Omar Kell sitting right there, I could put her on the spot, we could say approve an HCA representative, teacher representative,
A player to be named later.
yes.
I just want to make sure we get this committee approved tonight so they can start moving forward with the RFP review. Okay. Ms. Schaefer?
As a point of order, do we even need to vote on this? Is it more just discussion?
We do not have to vote on this, and I talked to
That's what I
Mr.
thought.
Bennett, he asked that exact question. We don't have to vote on it. I'm trying to just make sure procedurally and from a transparency standpoint that everyone is on the same page about who's on the committee. If you guys wanted to make a motion to put this on board matters and then tell us, go with 2 student representative, a principal representative, you don't have to vote on it, and we can move forward with that.
Steve Slater, Mr. Slater.
Yeah, I would highly suggest these 2 be involved, Star and Ryan. I think that would be awesome for both of them.
Might mean you get out of class.
Get out of class.
So we don't, yeah, it's listed on here as a voting item.
I mean, we're asking for you to vote on. I'm just answering Ms. Schaefer's question that she is correct. You do not have to. It's not required. And I mean, if Mr. Bennett wants to add anything to it, we're just doing it from a transparency standpoint, and honestly, to let the public know where we're heading with it.
Okay, so I think what I'm hearing is we want to add our 2 students, and you're going to go to the Principals Association to get a principal, and then you're going to go to Ms. O'Markell to get a teacher.
Yes, so we would need an amendment to do that, and then a second and a vote.
Okay. But again,
Where it is right now, we do, because it's on the agenda.
At present, your committee consists of those who are listed on the agenda item, and we've got a motion and a second. So it's the pleasure of the board. If whoever made the motion wants to withdraw the motion, and whoever wants to made the second wants to withdraw that, it goes back to the administration, and we're just following your ordinary purchasing policy. Alternatively, you can vote down the motion, or you can amend the motion. It's the pleasure of the board.
Okay.
But is it the,
Go ahead, Ms. Jones.
I was waiting to be called, I'm sorry.
It's okay, go ahead.
Is it the consensus of the board to add the teacher and the principal? Or it's not, clearly it's a consensus of the board to add the students, but is it the consensus of the board to add the student and the the teacher and the principal? Because if it's not, we shouldn't be asking them to do something that's not in the consensus of the board.
Okay.
So
Well, but let me, as Robert's rules allows, all of you that are in favor of adding a principal and teacher, let me hear you say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There are none. So, there you go.
And the
Okay.
students, do you need to?
There you go. So ordered.
All right,
We got 2. Okay.
So the minutes will reflect that motion has been amended to add those 2.
And the 2
Right,
students.
right, and the 2 students. But now we need to, to vote on the main motion.
Okay. Because we agreed to.
Okay.
sign
That's
this
right.
before.
Okay, well, it sounds like, I'm gonna ask for the same thing for the sake of time.
Yeah.
All those in favor of approving this RFP review committee, aye?
Aye.
Those opposed? There are none.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Thank you. Okay, that takes us down to board matters, committees. The only committee update I'm aware of right now, we do have a finance committee meeting scheduled. When is that? On the 23rd, is that correct?
That's correct, Chairman. We've got a very exciting Finance Committee meeting on the 23rd at 5:30 p.m.
How much,
I hope everybody can be there. This might be the best one we've had so far.
how much time will that take, do you think?
We will be efficient. We will optimize the time as best we can. I would hope to be done within an hour.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, as is customary and the duty of the chair, I have appointed chairman for our upcoming, for this year. Finance, Ben Daughtery. Transportation, Ben Connor. Facilities, Gary King. Policy, Felice Hayden. School Safety, Jody Shaper. Athletics, Steve Slater. And Rules, which is a new committee. I was at TSBA Tuesday, I think it was, right, Shirley? Yep. At a training, and one of the things that came up was encouraging boards from time to time to just to look at your rules and look at how you're handling meetings. And so I, as your chair, added that committee. I've been here, this is my 10th year now, I think, almost 10, yeah, it is my 10th year. And I don't know that we've ever done that. And that committee would be charged with just taking a deep dive into how we run meetings, how we run our policy meetings, and we may not want to change anything. But it's just I thought, as a chair, that it might be a good time to look at that. And I've asked Caritza Jones to chair that committee. Got some lights, Larry, you're on.
Mr. Chair, could it be explained to me the difference between policy and rules? Are they not the same? If we're talking about the rules, how the board operates, the rules, how the school district operates, isn't that already outlined in our district policy manual? So why do we, to me, this seems like duplication.
Okay.
So if someone could explain what's the difference between rules and policy, I'd be happy to hear about it.
Point well taken. If just something your chairman thought might be a good idea to take a look at. Point well taken. I'll ask for help if anybody wants to help me clarify.
Well, policies are generally guidelines.
Jackie, you kind of broke up. Can you repeat what you just said, please?
I said policies are generally guidelines that follow. I guess you can call them rules, but they're technically guidelines. But it's a good question. It's a good question. Especially since we pay an attorney to clarify even Robert rules of order for us and what procedure now.
Okay.
Did you hear me? I'm sorry.
We did. We got you.
Okay.
Okay. Steve Slater?
Yeah, thanks, Joe. I think everything is covered under our policy booklet already. Plus, we follow the Robert's Rules of Order, so I don't see any need for this. Just my opinion.
Okay. Larry, did you light back up again, or?
Again, to me, this just appears like duplication. I mean, a rule is policy. Policy is the guideline. We follow the policy, and some of it is totally directed to us by the state Board of Education and the state legislature, so we're required to follow those rules that are outlined, plus the policy that this board has developed for itself. So I just don't see the need for another committee when we're talking about really the same things.
Okay. Well, again, as your chair, I can certainly withdraw appointing a new committee if the board doesn't. If the board doesn't feel like it's necessary. Go ahead, Ms. Shea.
I just want to clarify for Larry the difference. It said policies are broad guiding statements that define the overarching objective and direction of an organization or system, while rules are specific, detailed instructions outlining what must and must not be done to comply with those policies. Policies often offer a framework for decision-making, allowing for some discretion, whereas rules are prescriptive, leaving no room for interpretation and requiring strict adherence to avoid penalties. That's the difference, Larry. So there is a difference. I knew the policy was guideline, but that's more telling you detail. So there is a difference. But policies generally guide you. Rules are restricted, no gray area, pretty much.
Okay.
Reply.
Go ahead.
Most of our rules are tied directly to state legislature and state school board policy. We're not really allowed to deviate very much from those policies that are put forth, whether you call them policies or call them rules. We take an oath to uphold the Constitution of both the United States and the state of Tennessee, and the laws that are presented by our United States Congress and the legislature of Tennessee. So we're doing the same thing. We're just duplicating a process which we already have in place and just changing the name.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rowan. Ben Daugherty?
Scott, can we take this to a vote?
Well, strictly speaking, yes. Let me floss this out and explain the understanding of what I heard from the chair and from a couple of other people. So policies are basically the local ordinances pursuant to which this board directs this administration to operate the school system. Those are what policies are. Your policies also govern how this board operates within itself. Specifically, if you look at, for example, the agenda rules, appearances for the board. Well, really, it has more to do with the way you govern your meetings. And so, as I understood, somebody a minute ago said Robert's rules versus these rules. You can adopt Robert's rules. You can adopt some other form of rules, but presumably they're going to look a little bit like Robert's rules. You all have already certain things that are unique to school boards under state law. And so, as I understood the proposal here, the Rules Committee was basically to try to figure out how you harmonize the two and maybe to do something a little bit different. I think it's fair to say that there would be some overlap necessarily with the Policy Committee, but it's sort of like a unique section of policies, as I understand it. To Mr. Daugherty's question, can you vote on this? Yes, you can. The chair appoints committees. The chair can also recommend a committee, but if it's the pleasure of the board not to have a committee, I mean, fundamentally, if you think about it, a committee can't do anything. It's six of you who decide to do something. So if it's the pleasure of the board not to have a rules committee, then you don't have a rules committee. That's what it boils down to. But the chairman otherwise gets to say, we need a rules committee, and here's the chairman.
Ms. Schaefer?
Our policy does adopt Robert's rules, and we have Miss Mary, who is our expert on Robert's rules. So I do feel like it could be duplicative to have this extra committee.
Call the question.
Ms. Jones?
So I'm going to say this because I'm getting irritated. I don't really care to chair a committee. I just thought it'd be interesting because when the chairman shared the Rules Committee and the option of exploring, like Scott said, I did have an interest in it. It's very ironic to me that there was not all this discussion in the public text message that we have when Mrs. Schaefer was named as the chair.
Point of order.
Ms. Schaefer recognized.
Point of order. We're not supposed to call out individual board members,
Okay,
according to Robert's rules.
Girl, run the question.
We don't actually have a motion.
There's not a motion on the floor.
Whatever, we're not gonna do.
Okay, well, as the chair, I'm going to withdraw the Rules Committee.
Okay.
And I will ask that the Policy Committee discuss the necessity for a Rules Committee. Okay? Okay, takes us down to information. The events and announcements, fall break next week, I know everybody's looking forward to. Professional development on Monday, so after fall break, they'll have an extra day there. Finance Committee, we've already mentioned, on the 23rd of October. Thursday, the 20th, is our next work session. And, of course, our regular meeting at that same day at 6 o'clock.
Can you
One
ask about
announcement.
other committees?
Mr. Chair, could I make one announcement?
You may.
The Saudi Daisy High School Marching Band has their invitational on Saturday, October 25th. And if you've not seen these bands, you'll be amazed. I'm just saying, they're fantastic.
Okay. Okay, we stand adjourned.
Hey, Allison?